My name's Clare Walker. I'm a rural generalist general practitioner in Longreach, and I've got advanced credential practice in obstetrics and anaesthetics. My husband and I chose to come to Longreach initially because we wanted to work in a town that was remote. I did my general practice training in Longreach, and we were surrounded by doctors who had obstetrics as well as anaesthetic skills, and they were just so useful and so necessary in a town that's so remote as Longreach. As a result of that, we decided to return back to Cairns and gain those additional skills, so I then completed my obstetrics and anaesthetic training there. Because Longreach is so remote, we will always have to do births, we will always have to have an operating theatre and cope with emergencies, and so that work part is really challenging and really rewarding. When I did my obstetrics training, it was a really great training program. It was pretty busy. 1 week in 3 was night shifts, and there was lots of time in the birth suite, but I easily able to get all the births that I needed, and I felt really confident with my skills by the time I finished the 12 months training program. I also think that doing an AST in whatever area that interests you just gives you so much more ability to work in different areas and in different jobs. You can always go back and be a GP in the city with those skills, but without them you can't be the rural generalist that you need in these rural and remote areas. I really enjoy obstetrics, and I think it's one of the really key focal points in all women's life. No matter whether the woman's 80 or 18, everyone talks about their birth experiences, and it's something that they remember for the rest of their life. And if you can make those birth experiences good ones and they have a safe delivery, then you've made an impact on them for the rest of their life, as well as giving that child the best start possible into their life. Over the years, I can't tell you what the exact number of babies that I've delivered, but there's certainly dozens and dozens of kids walking around that I've delivered. I know that my kids that are at school go to school with kids that I've delivered, and sometimes even delivered all the members of one family. So it's a really interesting and rewarding part of the job. Doing an AST allows you to really broaden your skills both as a GP but also as a doctor in the hospital. It often allows you to be in charge of a unit. For example, in obstetrics, when you do your AST, you're often in charge of birth suite. You have to make decisions, you're in charge of patients, you're in charge of discharging, so it really does allow the extension of your skills as both a leader and a doctor within the hospital environment, but also just making your general practice skills so much more enriched.